Today I'm speaking to somebody who's having a creative block, or you're constantly circling the same creative idea, but you're struggling to put it out. Maybe you're having thoughts that nobody's going to care about this, I'm not good enough to do this, other people have already done it, how do I make it more unique, I don't have enough followers, I'm going to look stupid. These kinds of intrusive thinking patterns are coming up for you. Spirit wants to show you something about the nature of creation and why it would be so much better for you to freely put out lots of imperfect things instead of trying to cultivate or wait for the perfect thing to formulate. What's happening is you're identifying with the product you're making and you're thinking that it has to represent you, which is very natural. But the way Spirit's showing it to me is that creativity or creative energy, it's like a huge vat of lava or stars, and you dip your hand in and pull out a single star that you like. And when you put this star into the world, other people can comment on it, they can look at it, they can try to destroy it, but that's never going to change what this star is. And it's not going to make the star any more a representation of you or not. It is its own spirit. The product is its own living essence that actually has nothing to do with you. And you might be the steward that brings it into the world. But when you identify with people's critique of your art or your creation, you're actually just applying something that you believe about yourself onto the product, because the product could not be critiqued, or the product is not going to change whatsoever according to critique. No matter how many people like it or dislike it, it's the exact same thing. And that goes for you as well. And it's hard to remember this because we want to please people and we are swayed and defined by other people's ideas about us. But that's not truly how it works in terms of creation. You are an untouchable force, and so is your art. And so once you know that, you can start to see this process of fishing for creation as almost arbitrary or random. You're pulling down ideas that are God sent or that are given to you from someplace else, and you're simply like a bus driver taking the art from one destination to another. And though that may still not settle your mind on why not to be perfectionistic in your pursuit of creation, something that may help you, because a reason why you're being a perfectionist about this is that you want to succeed, and obviously you want to get there fast. Maybe you feel like you're behind. Maybe you feel like other people are more defined than you. The vision I keep seeing is somebody scrambling to get things together, to organize things in time. And obviously, as you do this, you're relying on an external metronome or timer to govern your body, which takes away a lot of the focus that could be on your internal rhythm and the internal voice that knows what it wants to create. I like to say you should close the curtains and make your cake, choosing the ingredients that you want before you open the curtains, open the door, and let the world be magnetized to the scent. Because then the people who like the cake that you like will gravitate towards it, instead of opening the curtains preemptively and trying to make a cake with everybody else's ideas. Oh, you should put in lemon. Oh, you should put in chocolate. Oh, you should put in nuts. You should put in fruit. It comes out this disgusting mess of different flavors with no identity. And that's not what you want. So to begin with, you want to close the curtains and you want to listen to your own soul's voice and essence to decide, where am I going to go for me? What do I want to see created in the world? And if this is a matter of self-definition, how do I want to see myself mirrored on the other side of this? Because when I create, I am pouring my essence into something, and I get the opportunity to see it back. It should be for the audience of you that you wish to enjoy this piece of art, not for anybody else. And that is the most magnetic signal that you can possibly put out in this world, is the enjoyment of your own creation. So with that in mind, then you want to keep creating again and again and again, producing as much as you can so that you can look back and then retroactively realize your own definition. Because it is way harder to define yourself and decide exactly what and how you want to create before the thing has been created, as opposed to looking back in hindsight at everything you made on impulse, on instinct, and seeing a pattern. That is how you really find an artistic voice. You know those people who just love to draw or they love to paint and they've done it since they were teenagers, and you see their books and you can see over the years that the character of their art is formulating slowly and it starts to take on certain traits. That's how it goes, and that's how it will go with you if you just start producing. You'll fumble at first, you'll feel like a fraud, you'll feel like it's not yours, potentially, or you might feel great. But you need to start putting it out there, and you need to let eyes onto it in order to feel what it feels like when the signal of your art gets split around. You know, have you ever created something and you thought it was perfect, and then you show it to a friend, and all of a sudden, before the friend even says anything, you can see it through your friend's eyes and you can feel what they're feeling? And suddenly you realize, oh, actually, I need to change the font here or the title, that kind of thing. That's what splitting it and sharing it into the world does. And that's what it's for. It's for you to refine your voice, not for you to be picked apart, not for you to worry what other people are thinking, but in order for you to get closer to your narrative voice, you actually do need to share. So it's almost like you need to invert the way you've been seeing creativity and output. And so those inversions are: disidentify from the creation and know that it will not change no matter what other people think of it. Create with the curtains closed from your own desire for the audience of one, which is you. And then share it so that other people can see it and you get to feel what that feels like. And then you will look back on your whole history of creation and start to establish a creative identity and realize exactly what it is you want to make. That's the process you're being encouraged to take today by Spirit. If this resonates, please like, subscribe, order a one-to-one reading in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next one.